If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Gabe Boxer is the Kosher Guru. Everybody loves him. From Nassau County to Jerusalem, Gabe Boxer has a huge fan base. And there's a big event going down at the UBS Arena on Sunday, and he's like the man for this. He's the macha. Gabriel, Kosher Guru, good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning, Sid. Love you. How are you doing today?
I love you, too. You just get back from Israel?
Just landed JFK. I'm actually in an Uber on the way back home, getting ready to spend actually the whole Sabbath, the whole Shabbos with both teams in Great Neck, New York. They're starting with a free practice today for the Great Neck and the South Shore, North Shore community of Long Island, where Mazi Pillip, our friend, will be there. Bruce Blakeman stopping by, a whole practice today for the big showdown on Sunday at UBS, where you're going to be dropping the puck.
I know, I'm very excited. This is Israel versus Tel Aviv. It's the second annual, I believe. You guys started this big event last year. I forgot who won. I think Jerusalem won. Is that right?
Jerusalem did win. It's the USA Challenge Cup, where now they're making it an annual, Challenge Cup over here in Nassau County at UBS. They do want to bring it to Toronto. They did it in Las Vegas. They're trying to bring it to Miami as well to bring the Israel hockey teams to America. Last year, there was so much action. It was like more action than an NHL game between the goals and the fights breaking out between the players on the ice. It was sensational.
I've been to Israel 3 times, and I'm scheduled to go back April 12th to speak again for the second straight year. Huge honor at Alex Trayman's JNS International Summit. It's a very, very big deal. Some of the biggest speakers in the world speak, and he puts me on that stage. And I've never really felt, this rivalry, if you will, between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. But I don't live there. Again, I've only been there 3 times, and it all happened since that war started back in 2023. You're there all the time. You're literally landed from Israel an hour and a half ago. You tell me, is there really this sibling rivalry between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv?
So you and I will be at the JNS Summit together. I'll be speaking earlier on the day. You're on the grand stage. I was with Alex yesterday in Jerusalem.
Oh, great.
And there is some type of rivalry. There is. Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, it's like, past, present. It's insane. There's the IEHL, the Israeli Hockey League, which plays in Israel in June and July usually, has 8 teams. But when it comes down to it, historically, it's the Tel Aviv and Jerusalem team that are just huge rivalries. They actually have players on the team from all around the world, from local colleges. Last year, there were guys from Syracuse, Yeshiva University, guys who play in minor leagues all over Europe, Russia, in Israel. The level, the caliber of sportsmanship, and you'll see on Sunday, is phenomenal.
I invited my friend Dr. John Batash and his family. He's got 3 kids and his wife. He's going to go, 5 of them. And he said, when I first invited him, he said, hockey? He's Israeli. Hockey? Israel? I don't think Israelis, for the large part, even know that they play hockey. I think Robert Kraft also owns a football league in Israel. So some of the sports that we love here, they do it in Israel. There is a hockey league. You just mentioned it. There are 8 teams. I don't know how good these players are, living outdoors in 90-degree temperatures most of the year. That doesn't matter. The Florida Panthers, they just won 2 consecutive Stanley Cups under Vinny Viola, right? 85 degrees, Miami Beach. They won the last 2 Stanley Cups. So the fact that the weather is nice outdoors doesn't matter. But you tell me, how good are these players in Israel? Because it's relatively new.
It is relatively new. Robert Kraft does actually have a flag football stadium, outdoor beautiful stadium in Jerusalem, which was made for all of the Americans post-high school, college, that had been studying in Israel and playing football. And I got to give it to Mr. Kraft for stepping up, sponsoring the stadium, the league. It's a phenomenal league. But the majority of Israel, and whenever I'm there and talking to people about hockey in Israel, I want to say well over 70% had no idea that there's even hockey in Israel. The majority don't even know how to skate. There's only 3 in the entire country. I believe there's 3, maybe 4, but 3 ice arenas in the entire country, which one was up in Metula that since the war has been shut down and closed. But the majority of the league, and I want to say probably well over 90% of the players, are all from the former, Soviet Union, Russia, who played there, and Americans and Canadians. That's where the majority of players hail from, and then their families and friends, throughout Israel. And it is a smaller arena that they play in Israel. We're used to Madison Square Garden, UBS, so on and so forth around the States, which holds, I think UBS might hold 16,000, 18,000 total. The arena in Israel might hold, 4,000 or 5,000, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
If that. So they're trying to make hockey more prevalent in Israel, and with the coming in of more and more Americans and Europeans, especially from Russia, it's gaining popularity. I'm not going to say it's there yet, but it's definitely gaining popularity. But part of bringing the Israel Hockey League and these players to America is really to fight BDS, to show Israel Jewish pride, and that's why you're getting the Jewish Defender Award, because you're not fighting only for the Jewish people. You're fighting for Western civilization. You're on air all the time fighting against the woke progressive left, what's going on in our country. And, someone like you who takes it upon themselves, and you can look the other way, ratings, you might get scared, someone might cancel you, a sponsorship. You don't care. You do what's right, and that's what they want to do. They want to bring good sports to the world.
Sunday, thank you for all that. That was very sweet, Gabe. I love you already. I already love you, but thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And hockey right now is in the air. Our women's hockey team at the Olympics in Italy just won the gold yesterday, a dramatic overtime win against Canada. So the girls take home the gold. The guys have a huge semifinal game today against Slovakia. Assuming they win that, they'll probably take on Canada like the women did for the gold there, too. So there's hockey in the air here in New York, right? So that makes Sunday even bigger. I know last year the same honors that you bestowed upon me, thank you, Gabe, those went to Bruce Blakeman, now the two-time Nassau County executive and our choice for the next governor here in New York. What else can fans expect when they show up at the UBS Arena come Sunday?
So I got to say, Bruce Blakeman dropped the puck last year as Nassau County executive. This year he's running for governor. This year, Sid Rosenberg is dropping the puck. I want to see where Sid will be next year.
I don't. But I know that a lot of the very recognizable names, the Ari Ackermans and Abe Hamras, and I saw Samantha Edis and some of our other friends that are also very public, like I am, about their support for Israel and the Jewish people. I see their ambassadors. That basically means I get free tickets. But I see that they're going to be there on Sunday, too, yes?
Yes, they were invited to come. A lot of people are going to be there. Tickets are still for sale on Ticketmaster. Just type in Israel Hockey or Tel Aviv Jerusalem Hockey, IEHL. It's there on Ticketmaster, just like any other game. It's going to be a fun family event. Of course, there'll be lots of merch if you want to come and enjoy a good game. There will be kosher food for sale there. The stadium, the entire stadium is operating like a regular sports game. Parking at Belmont. You can come earlier and shop at the Belmont, those new outlet malls over there. Enjoy the day over there. The game starts at 5 p.m. I always tell to everyone to come a little bit early because I'm sure security and screening will be heavy. Thank you to the Nassau County Police Department, coordinated with UBS Arena. There's going to be tremendous security. Make sure everyone is safe, has a great time. If you did purchase VIP tickets where Sid, you and I will be, there's going to be an open buffet. We're going to have great food, sushi, hot dogs, all kinds of merch, jerseys for everybody. You're going to be on ice for the opening ceremonies. It really is going to be a fantastic and amazing, fun, family-filled day.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our country has to offer, especially health care. Across every state, every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.